everyone, and welcome to Power of Attorney. I am your host, LeTonya Moore. Listen, we have a fabulous guest today. Her name is Olivia Smith. She is the co-founder of the SRLaw Group there in Georgia. Olivia and her partner focuses on things like veterans benefits, adoption, estate planning. And you guys know that legacy building and legacy protection are near and dear to my heart. So, Olivia, I want to welcome you to Power of Attorney.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, I would be remiss, because I know how you Georgia people are. I would be remiss if I did not mention that she is a proud graduate of Spelman College.
Absolutely. You have to get that in.
I have been scolded before for not mentioning Spelman, so I know, do not make that mistake again. But Olivia, first of all, thank you for being here on Power of Attorney. I want to give you an opportunity, though, to talk to our audience about what you and your law partner do there at the SRLaw Group. Their website is SRLaw.com. And so I'm going to give her an opportunity to talk a little bit more about what they do over there.
Okay. So our website is SRLawGRP.com. And both my law partner and I actually started into this area of law, estate planning and elder law, because of personal situations that we had that kind of forced us there. We both came to this area of law from different areas of law. But we specifically do estate planning, elder law, veterans benefits, adoptions. And what I like to say is we try to legacy build and legacy protect. Those are the things we do. We are really focused on our clients, really thinking about what their legacy is, what they want it to be, and how they're protecting it. And so those are the things that we really focus on, and that's what we do.
And that's really great, because I know one of the things that you've said is that legacy means a lot of different things to a lot of people. And I say that all the time. It's really subjective. But I think that when the typical person hears about legacy, they think about money, they think about things like that. But you say something very interesting, and I want you to talk a little bit about that, is that legacy can also mean your influence. You know, people really underestimate the value of social capital. Talk with us a little bit about how your firm works with your clients to protect their legacy in the areas of influence.
Absolutely. So one of the things when we sit down with our clients, we want to get from them, what is your plan? Have you thought about what your legacy is? And how, if you haven't, from now until however long you're here, what are the things you want to do to build that legacy? And influence is one of those areas. And so when people think of estate planning and legacy, they often think about how much money am I leaving and to whom I'm leaving it. But that's not the only thing. A lot of people work with charities, they work with nonprofits, and that sort of work, that meaningful work that changes communities and the world is important. And so when you're thinking about the work that you do, you should also need to be thinking about how can I help that work continue even after I'm not here? And that doesn't necessarily mean a dollar sign.
I mean, I love this because, again, I think that we're so money focused. And guys, we're not saying that money isn't important and that it's not important to leave something financial behind because you're going to have bills and all of those things. We understand that. But one of the reasons that I'm so excited that Olivia is here is because she can talk about those other things. What's near and dear to your heart outside of money? What do you want? You know, and I always tell people, when you're on the other side of the earth, right, that seems to lighten it, you know, lessen the load of how people, nobody wants to visualize themselves in a grave.
No.
So when you're on the other side of the earth or whatever plans you have, what is that influence? What's that impact that you would like for your heirs to continue? I want to ask you something else too with regard to veterans benefits, because this is one of those areas that are, you know, it's kind of tricky, right? And people don't know that you can consult with an attorney, you can get support, because of course there's so many veterans organizations out there. They're going to say that you don't need a lawyer, only to have your benefits be denied and you got one limb, right? I've seen this. I used to work for the VA years ago, so that's no secret. I'm not bashing them, but I do know that things like that happen. Talk a little bit though about what you guys do in the area of veterans benefits, and maybe just a tip or two for some veterans that are out there that are seeking support, and then what can they do?
Absolutely. So, and this is an interesting area. Me and my law partner have talked a lot about this, because if you've ever interacted with the VA, you know that can be a tedious and tiring experience. And I think a lot of veterans have given up because they just don't have the patience, the time, and the strength to keep fighting for their benefits. We focus on aid and attendance. There's a lot of veterans that have served in certain wars, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, Persian Gulf War, that are entitled and can be entitled to more benefits that they just don't know about, as well as spouses. And so one of the things we do is we do presentations just to get that information out there. And what we found is a lot of veterans are really hesitant. And so what we say is, you don't have to worry about the red tape. We worry about that. You just have to say yes. Yes, let's try. Yes, let's see if there's something else out there for me. And then we will take up that and do the fighting for you. And I think that provides some comfort, because I think the hesitance is this going to be another fight for me to get anything? And so we want to reassure them that all you have to say is yes, and then leave the fighting to us to get the benefits that you've earned and you deserve.
And I want to point out something to our audience, is that the great thing about the area of veterans benefits is that although Olivia and her firm are in Georgia, they really can help you no matter where you are. And I want to point that out, because one of the things that I've seen that's been very beneficial to the veterans that I know is being able to connect with someone that they can trust.
Absolutely.
That's always a challenge. The other thing too is aid and attendant. That is one of those things that, like you said, they don't tell anybody about because it's lifelong. It's a lot of money, right? It is a lot of money, and a lot of benefits, a lot of services, a lot of things that will lighten the load on your caregivers. If you are a caregiver,
absolutely,
of a veteran, or you may be in the future, you need to make sure that you reach out to Olivia and their firm. Again, that's SRLaw Group. SR. I'm getting this right. SRLaw Group.com. Now, Olivia, you mentioned presentations. Are these things, are they in person? Are they online? How can our veterans connect to get this information?
Absolutely. So we do presentations for veterans benefits and also for estate planning and elder law, because we feel like this is also a career, but it's also a calling. And so we want to get resources and information out to as many people as possible. So we do in-person presentations, we do churches, we do civic organizations, we do senior centers. Anybody that invites us to come in, we are happy to share the information that we have. And we are hoping really soon to put that into digital form. And so even if we can't get to you, you can still get the information.
Fabulous. So again, guys, you can connect with them at SRLaw Group.com. That's SRLaw Group.com. So Olivia, what is one thing, if there is one thing or just some tips that you can share with our audience?
So I would say that whether you know it or not, you spend your whole life building a legacy. It's the organizations that you volunteer for. It is your career. It's the money you make and what you spend it on. And you work hard to build that legacy. And what we want to do is help you protect it. We want to help you protect it, and we want your influence to go beyond your life and to keep going and growing. And so if you have not considered what your legacy is, if you haven't done any estate planning to protect it, now is the time. Don't wait. You can give us a call. You can go to our website. Our phone number is 404-410-6505. And that goes the same for veterans. If there is money that you are owed, that you deserve, that is your legacy. And you don't want to leave that money on the table. You have served and you deserve to get everything that is owed to you. And so we want to make sure that that happens. And then we want to help you plan out, once you get that money, what you're going to do with it and how you're going to make it work for you for years and years and years.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Olivia, for being here with us on Power of Attorney. Guys, you know, it's always the desire that you guys get information, but not just information, but access to experts who can help you in these areas. So again, I'm going to encourage all of you, if the services that Olivia's group has to offer is something that you need in your life, I want you to go to SRLawGRP.com. Thank you so much, Olivia.
Thank you for having me.